Africa is a continent rich with history, symbols, and sacred knowledge. Yet too often, Africans stand outside their own inheritance, looking elsewhere for inspiration, while other nations study, preserve, and celebrate what was born on African soil. In my previous documentary, I spoke about the importance of learning from ancient Egypt, not as visitors of history, but as rightful heirs of wisdom. Among Egypt's greatest architectural treasures stands the obelisk. An obelisk is a tall, four-sided, narrow stone monument that gradually tapers as it rises and ends with a small pyramid-shaped top. In ancient Egypt, obelisks were carved from single blocks of stone and raised as sacred memorials. They were not merely monuments, they were messages carved in stone, symbols of spiritual connection between the earth and the heavens, between human imagination and divine inspiration. The obelisk carries the power to evoke creativity, memory, and identity. It is architectural poetry standing upright against time. Today, the importance of the obelisk can be seen across the world. Many nations adopted and reproduced this African creation as symbols of honor, victory, and remembrance. Beyond its birthplace in Egypt, obelisks can be found in Italy, including the Vatican City, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Turkey, Argentina, and Brazil. The global presence of these monuments demonstrates how deeply the world values this African invention. Within Africa itself, ancient obelisk traditions also flourished in Ethiopia, particularly in the historic kingdom of Aksum and in regions of Sudan, where ancient Nubian civilization preserved related architectural traditions. These, however, belong to Africa's ancient civilizations and stand as part of the continent's early intellectual and spiritual heritage. In more modern times, among sub-Saharan African nations influenced by global monument traditions, South Africa stands out as one of the few countries that visibly adopted the obelisk form in commemorative memorials. This contrast raises a deeper reflection. While the world studies and replicates African symbols, Africa itself sometimes overlooks its own inheritance. This conversation is not simply about stone structures. It is about identity. It is about memory. It is about self-recognition. The widespread preservation and reproduction of obelisks across continents reveals the value of African creativity and knowledge. Yet it also poses a challenging question to Africans today. Why do others preserve what we neglect? Why do we search for inspiration outside while our own soil holds libraries of wisdom carved in stone? It is time for Africa to reclaim its historical treasures, not only those of ancient Egypt, but also those found across Ethiopia, Sudan, Great Zimbabwe, Mali, and many African civilizations whose brilliance shaped human history. History is not only what we inherit, it is what we choose to remember. The obelisk still stands tall as a reminder that Africa once spoke to the heavens through stone, and it can speak again if it listens to its own voice.